Today, we are dissecting a motivational spiel from Brandon Hayes, president of Life Activated Brands. Let's expose predatory psychology hiding behind those fire emojis and fake pep talks. Buckle up, it's about to get awkward. Let's roll the disclaimer.
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us.
Welcome back, squirrels, neurokin, and new viewers. I'm DeeCee, Autistic MLM dropout turned debunker, here to decode how Brandon Hayes weaponizes faux spirituality and blame shifting. We love that. Why this matters, Hayes' scripts hit every MLM red flag. Love bombing via forced emoji compliance, spiritual gaslighting, what else? Recruitment mass scams, I was like list after list. Tag your friends, exploitation funneling, and leads to pseudoscientific, my bad, vitality pitches, and we're not here for it. Are we really surprised by Hayes' blame shifting language and pushing false urgency on his independent contractors? We're really not, dude. If you want to subscribe to protect the vulnerable communities as we get this information out from ignorance on fire rhetoric, and spoiler, the only thing getting roasted today, the elephant metaphor. Live chat, hello, howdy, hey. I was trying to do the intro and then I was like, oh, nope, not working out, not working out. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was like trying to push my hair back and I was like, no, just don't touch it. We'll fix it after the intro. Oh my God, Amy, I literally saw your comment as I was about to start doing the intro about the hair and your cat food, and I was like, I've never empathized with a comment more. Oh my God, how is everyone? Replay crew, hello. I am gonna have conversations with the live chat, so it's just you can fast forward. You're knitting a dress. Hero. I always get my dog's hair in my food. Yep, I have a little. Well, I've got this lint roller for the streams, but also my dog, and then I have one in my backpack for going out in public. You know what I mean? Hello, hello, hello. You're at the blood center. Thank you so much for doing that. I have given up avoiding cat fur on anything. Amy, there is a video about this dog owner who has a American Eskimo, I think. And whenever she would pet her dog, she saved all the hair. And then she spun the dog's hair into yarn and then made a sweater. It's an incredibly interesting video. Especially if you have a floof that sheds. Red Raider, how's the tax season going? Mellow. Does everyone know who Brandon Hayes is? Does everyone know what Life Activated Brands is? Are we all good? Maybe itchy. American Eskimo fur is pretty soft, so maybe it would be a little bit, maybe it would be a little, scritchy. Hello! Aaron, I was so close with the intro. Oh, that's okay. Did my best. He's Brandon 2.0. Yeah, something. He's the, diaper division loser dude. I have some of Patrick's hair saved to crochet into a scarf. I love that. Unfortunately, I am familiar with the fluffery. Kristen, I hate that for you, but I also love it. Yeah, I definitely misspoke when I said the pseudoscience. It was bad. Danae, hello, hello. Spring the fiber enthusiast here on YouTube has a video on how to your animal's fur. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, Brandon Stevens and Brandon Hayes are in the same company. Brandon Hayes is the boyfriend of Melissa the Yeller. Melissa Collins yells at us. Melissa Collins is the marketer and distributor at Life Activated Brands, I think. I know she's the marketer. I mean, I guess we could say maybe she's the marketer, but that's debatable, in my opinion. She is also allegedly a distributor. I'm looking this way so I can see the live chat. I will move it a smidge in this way. So it looks like I'm not looking at y'all. I'm trying to. So Brandon 1.0, correct. Brandon, the OG Brandon, and yes, Brandon 1.0, Brandon 2.0 is the guy who came over from Q Sciences, who ranked up and was like, oh my god, Q Sciences, I'll never leave you. And then he left. Are we surprised? No. I will never remember that. How are we going to remember this? Brandon Stevens stole his downline, or Brandon Hayes has a girlfriend. Either one. Brandon Hayes is almost as hard to follow as Courtney Shepard. Yes. The TLDR is Brandon does anything that Melissa Collins tells him to do. That's just my opinion. Good morning. H comes before S. Amy is sharing the brain power with us. Correct. That's great. H comes before S, so H comes first, so 1.0. Delightful. Let's see. Oh my god. Woof. He's very large on the screen. This must have been from Bomb Party. Rip. Whoa. He's a little. Now there's two of him. I'm a professional. Actually, technically I'm not. I just do this as a hobby. A schmobby. Guess who made that awful hat? Melissa Collins did. Their marketer surprises me every single day in the worst way possible. Mountain may your woobles wobble. Yeah, I was surprised he was that close too. I was like, then never want this to happen. Life Activated Brands, supplement company, wild claims, awful marketing. Is that a good description? I don't know. No, this we were watching Bomb Party on well, it was public last night and then I made it members only. So we had to zoom in for Bomb Party and that's why it was huge. This dude's unfortunately not in a fun MLM. He's in a twisty, culty, extra culty MLM. Hi, Karina. Hello. Hello and howls to you all if you're coming in now or if you're on the replay crew. I have basically never heard of their products. Yes, he also likes to recommend a lot of books because you can look behind him and he reads a lot. So, cool. Graphic design is Melissa's passion. That's true, Danae. That is true. All right. Ugh. Get ready to throw your crafts. Oh yeah, bookcase in the background to rip on. Yes. He's got multiples of books, so I'm just wondering like if it's meant to make it look like he's more of a reader, but I know he actually reads a bunch. A bunch of awful self-help books. Y'all are gonna have to let me know if his audio is too loud. He should add some books about cults to his collection. He might learn something. Mm. You know, if you wanted to be, I don't know, fully educated on everything, yeah. Her planner, what happened to her planner? Oh yeah, she's made a new little class that people in lab had to pay for, and it was a lot of money, so I was like, "Ugh, I don't care that much." But I Marie, oh my god. I do enjoy trying to see which books I can recognize. Yes, I mean, technically, we could zoom in, I guess. Alright. Rip. Oh, come on, dude.
Business. You just get people to the show.
Whoops.
Brandon is
I was trying to get a screenshot earlier. I just deleted his face.
hey.
Oh my god. Ray Higdon. Hey, hey, hey. I was trying to get a screen grab earlier. That's his face on the person in the smoke on the thumbnail. And that was a surprise I didn't need. Okay. Press play.
Hey, what's up, everybody? B. Hayes here, President and CEO of Life Activated Brands, and I wanted to come to you live real briefly just to do sort of a midweek check-in and see how everybody's doing. Do me a favor and drop a
How's the audio? Do we need to go up? Do we need to go down? Do we just need to delete this video off of our computer? I need to reorganize his bookshelves to make them more aesthetically pleasing. Yes, wouldn't it look better if it was color-coded? Roy G. Biv? It probably makes sense if it's alphabetized, but Roy G. Biv would be cool. Suzanne. We'll just guess that the sound's okay. Yes, I think, maybe it was me. It wasn't a deep dive, but we definitely were just, like, live reacting to bullshit. Audio's fine? Great.
fire emoji in the comments if you are committed and ready to go to the next level.
Do I hate to pause it so early? Not really. Not really. Oh, God. The classic MLM love bombing demand engagement to manufacture hype. Notice how he immediately ties commitment to emojis. It's not camaraderie, it's compliance conditioning. Also, your next rank is closer than you think. Spoiler, it's not. I've already watched this one, so I'm like, ugh. I cannot. I'm gonna have to pause him so much, and I'm so sorry, live chat. I'm so sorry.
This month. I want to hear from you. Also, let me know if you're watching live or on replay. Say hello in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from, which part of the world, which part of the country, if you're in the USA, or if you're international, let us know which country you're dialing in or which country you're watching in from. But I have a really simple message for you this week. I want you to understand that you are literally just a decision away from going to the next level in your business or in your life or both. And the decisions we make, they're these tiny, seemingly insignificant things that we do every single day called choices. The good news is that we hold the power. We have the ability to decide the choices that we make. And these choices, the choices we make in the end up making us.
Do you think that Brandon has any original thoughts left in his head? Oh, that's so mean, DeeCee. Ugh. It sounds very much like he copied and pasted affirmations or little fun quotes from all the books behind him and just pasted it into what he believes now. Ah, why is there no, like, real training? Oh my god. We as people make choices. Wow. Same, same. Hi, Julie. Amy, in all caps, Brandon. We used to say, "Carl, don't you do it." And now it's gonna be, "Brandon, don't you do it." It depends. My books are ordered by author. The children's books are ordered by color. Karina, I love that. The way he talks, I do just assume he stole everything he says from the self-help books. Not gonna lie. Same, same. He is the founder of a company. I don't understand, dude. I really don't. I really don't.
Right? They determine where we end up a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So what I'm telling you is you have the power to make the choices to level up, to go to the next level this month. And that's what I want every single person to do. If you're committed to going to the next level, drop a fire emoji in the comments. I want to hear from you. I want to see if we've got some fired up freedom fighters inside this.
Fired up freedom fighters? What is happening?
Builders group with life activated brands. I'm excited that you're all here.
I'm excited to work here too. Are you excited Anti MLM is here? We sure are. We're stoked. Since Body isn't an MLM anymore and I am low on opportunities to say damn it Carl, I hereby christen thee damn it Brandon. Melissa? Seconded. Motion goes forward. Approved. Fire emoji with my knitting. Let's go.
We appreciate you so much, all the effort that you put forth to grow
His bank account appreciates you so much.
your business, to support your teammates, to service your customers. We appreciate all of that effort and everything that you do. We would not be where we're at without you. So thank you
No shit.
for being here. And I've got a really simple message. Like I said, it's time to go to the next
Please grant me the peace of not caring.
level. It's time for you to make the choice, make the decision to go to the next level. Your next rank in this company is closer than you think. No matter where you're at in the compensation plan, it doesn't matter whether you're already over Ambassador 1K. And that's really what I want us to focus on. Ambassador 1K is a really pivotal rank in our compensation plan. It's a really pivotal rank in our business. And so it doesn't matter if you're already above Ambassador 1K. It's still time for you to level up. Or maybe you're not there yet, but you're close to it. Maybe you're at Ambassador 500, or maybe you're just a couple of 100 points away from Ambassador 1K. I want you to aim high. I want you to shoot for that today. I want you to go work on hitting Ambassador 1K today, not tomorrow. See, life happens.
I thought he was about to say life activated brands. I thought Alexis, hero. I thought he was about to say life activated brands instead of life happens.
Such a way that it's the choices that we make today, not tomorrow, that determine our future. Tomorrow is like this, it's like this elusive fantasy world that doesn't exist. Tomorrow.
I feel like tomorrow is only 24 hours away. I feel like that is very on brand for how much value his phrases are giving me personally. 16 months! 4 months of the golden kazoo. I will not say thank you with a kazoo, but thank you so much, Brandy. That means I've had one of these blasted golden kazoos for 4 months. As always, I appreciate you and all you do. Thank you so much, Brandy. Brandy Lee.
Well, we're moving on now to the side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Thank you so much. I don't even know. I'll let him keep talking.
Tomorrow never comes, right? The very nature of the word implies that it's in a future date. And so it's the actions, the choices that we make today that make the difference. The choices that we decide to take action today, not tomorrow.
Today right now is the only time that we can take action, so.
All right. So today, I want you to evaluate where your business is at. Maybe you're already at Ambassador 1K or beyond. Maybe you're not there, but you're close to it, and maybe you're just kind of getting started. Maybe you're just kind of getting started on your business journey. Wherever you're at, it doesn't matter. It's not about huge leaps, okay? It's about small, consistent actions repeated daily.
Okay. Okay. Oh God. Brandon? He said, Ambassador 1K is pivotal. Small actions equal big rewards. I roll of a lifetime, honestly. Honestly. The inch by inch metaphor. Cute, but let's, I think we can all agree that the math is out. If Ambassador 1K requires recruiting 10 people, which we've heard this before, I think he's gonna say this. I know he's gonna say this again. I'm sorry that I watched this before. This is why I don't preview videos, because I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna happen. And we haven't all watched it together yet. But Ambassador 1K requires recruiting 10 people who each recruit 10 and so on. You need 10,000 people by tier 4. But sure, Brandon, totally achievable. One bite at a time. This is can I just speak for a second? This is exponential growth bias 101. If I could speak when I want to stream, that would be so cool. Cool. Ugh. 10 is so many, and then they're like 10, 10, 10. I don't know. It goes like this. The pyramid goes out so far that way. Well, we all know men aren't good with measuring in inches. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I don't know 10 people I'd be able to scam that many people who could also scam. The scammers scamming scammers to scam. If he starts down the road of people of value again, I'm going to rage. I think we're all gonna rage. Yada yada yada, you exceed the population of Earth in 13 levels. Correct. Words are literally so hard today, so I'm just gonna apologize to all of the live chat. Oh God. I wonder why they allow him to teach at all. I really don't know. Maybe because he owns the company, but I think we should say no. Number 1, making his girlfriend the marketing officer. Well, I think she was marketing officer before they started dating. But Melissa was in the company before she started dating Brandon, when Brandon and his wife, who had started the company, were still together and still leading the company. If we're looking for the tea. They make it sound easy to go, hi, I know 5 to 10 people. Yeah, 5 to 10 people who are not going to burn the relationship down because you decided to promote a multi-level marketing product. Yeah, just break the trust, break the friendship. Who cares? As long as we get to pad all the Brandon's bank accounts in lab. Do we think he actually read any of those books behind him? Yeah, he might have just copied and pasted the Spark Notes into like his affirmation book, and that's why it sounds like he read those, but maybe he didn't. Ugh.
Day in and day out. It's about repeatable actions, choices that we make every single day, and getting consistent with. It's not about hugely. Look, inch by inch is a cinch. Yard by yard is hard. My mentor, when I was getting started in business, he said, Brandon, how do you eat an elephant? And I thought,
inch by inch is a cinch. Yard by yard is hard. The parody pyramid pops just make themselves. I still have to do Courtney Shortney's. I gotta do this guy. Like, inch by inch is a cinch. It's like, Dr. Seuss, but Wish version. But how many would join their downline? Yeah, I think he's hoping that, like, you just message all 300 of your friends on Facebook and that 10 of them want to sign up with you. And that those 10 know 10, or that they are willing to let you stack people underneath them if you know more than 10. That's like such an old analogy. I don't know. He seems like it seems like he thinks he's doing something here. This is from the 19th, so this is from 4 days ago. So this is new. Oh, I keep saying that. This is new. Hello, Amy. You don't need to make the jokes. He's the joke.
I don't know. I've never thought about eating an elephant. I've never really, it's never been on my menu.
R- How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? And he's like, I don't know how to eat an elephant. It's not, I've never, I mean, have any of us?
But so I said, I don't know. He said, how do you eat an elephant? I said, I don't know. He said, one bite at a time. So inch by inch is a cinch, yard by yard is hard. The key is to focus. Focus. Focus.
No.
And focus stands for follow one course until successful.
Stop.
So whether you're already beyond Ambassador 1K, whether you are maybe you're close, or maybe you're just kind of getting started and getting serious about the business. Maybe you just got started yesterday, or maybe you got started a year ago, but today you're making the choice, you're making the decision to take this business seriously. Wherever you're
This is, I don't know, this is like a 7th grade PowerPoint presentation in debate class. Every single thing has a meaning, every word has a whatever, every word's an anagram, and you're like, ugh. And then you go back and watch it when you're in high school or when you know, first year in college, and you're like, oh, poor 7th grade DeeCee, what were you thinking? Brandon? Listen to this back. Listen to this back. I don't know. The MLM leaders seem to never listen to their content back. Because I can't imagine, well, other than the Williams lady who was on Big Brother, who can't find the focus button to save her life. Most people have self-awareness to go, this is making me uncomfortable. And you have that uncomfortable feeling and you're like, oh, I don't need to say that again on a stream. I don't need to say that again on a training video. Sir, this is not 2016. Good luck finding 10 people. Focus means pay particular attention to. Even my ADHD ass knows that, you chicken nugget. Like, I know it's objectively not nice, but I feel like he's not the most, I feel like he's not the most intelligent man on the planet, but he speaks like everything he says is so profound, and it just hurts to listen to. I think it's the plagiarism, in my opinion. The plagiarizing, the plagiar speaking, whatever, you know? This is a pyramid scheme of acronyms. Catherine, you win. You win. Hi, Tori. It is weird. It's a very weird acronym experience. I'm going to go back over here. The acronyms are part of the cult stuff. It's a special language. Correct.
at, it's time for you to level up. It's time for you to make the choice, make the decision that today is the day that I'm going to level up this month. I'm going to increase my standards. I'm going to focus. I'm going to take daily consistent action, and I'm going to move closer towards my goal. So that's the first point I wanted to make. Your rank is actually closer. Your next rank is actually closer than you think.
Is it?
I did a reel the other day.
Oh, his reels have been wild recently. I'm not gonna say his girlfriend is telling him to make these reels, but it sure does look like his girlfriend is making him do these reels. I turned in my 80 slide final for college and got 100%! Let's go! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I credit learning what not to do on slide from DeeCee roasting MLM presentations! Okay, okay, hold on. I need to find Chariots of Fire kazoo version. While I find that, here's Brandon.
Negative, dull, disillusioned, thumb-sucking, whiny, crybaby, diaper division loser.
Listen, we are gonna take a pause because we can do that on a live stream. Also, video dropping on Monday. I did do a shout out to the live stream again because I do miss y'all. Okay. Chariots of Fire. You are not ready for this. Truly, y'all are not ready for this, and I'm so here for it. Hold on. Road. I'm gonna put it on the road so that we will never lose it again. Mm, 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 mm. Uh, okay. Okay. Oh god. Just hold on. I is this even gonna is this work? Okay. It once oh my hello? Let's go. Take that, kazoo breaker. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Apologies for that. Are we surprised that happened to me? No, we are not. Audio. This is worth it. Now we'll always be able to get to it, even if I have technical difficulties. Yay, coconuts! My design professor has told us learning how to draw as a designer is imperative. Imagine you're in a meeting with clients and your computer needs to update. That is true. That is true. That's why I bring 2 electronic devices with me. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I was, like, committed to the kazoo, and I couldn't uncommit to it, so we did it, and now we have it forever. Alexis, we had technical difficulties because wanted to play I wanted to play Kazoo Chariots of Fire, and then I wanted to put it on the road so that we wouldn't have to run into technical difficulties, and then I said, "No, I don't wanna update you." And my whatever, my voice deal, my board was like, "No, no, 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 you're gonna update." And I was like, "You gave me an option to not update. Why can I not choose that?" And it's like, "No, we don't trust you. You need to update." And I was like, "Oh god. Okay. Alright. Hello, hello." Not now. Why did I fight to stay with this channel? I don't know, Brandy Lee. It was definitely an error in judgment for sure. I mean, maybe not as big of an error in judgment as me choosing to react to Brandon Hayes, but here we are. Here we are. Al, fuckery's going on. Hero! Hello, Cal.
Where I talked about always thinking 2 ranks ahead. I've always done this in my career. I've always thought 2 ranks ahead. And if I had like a number goal, like I need to make $5,000 in sales, I would instantly just, in my mind, I would just instantly double that goal because, you know, grandma said if you aim for the stars, even if you miss, you'll at least hit the moon, right? And so I always aim big. I always aim high. I always think big. Michelangelo said the greater danger is not that we aim too high and we hit our goals. Not that we aim too high and we miss our goals, but that we aim too low and we hit them, right? And so we got to think bigger. So, you know, you're
Brandon? Oh, what? I don't even know what to say. I mean, I do. Michelangelo also painted. I'm like, I know what to say. Michelangelo also painted the Sistine Chapel, Brandon. Not sure he'd endorse your compensation plan. Aim higher sounds inspiring until you realize MLM ranks are designed to be unattainable. Fun fact, Brandon casually admits he didn't hit Legend 100K in a little bit. It's just something for us to look forward to. And he didn't do it overnight because nobody does, but keep borrowing his belief, folks. I love it when Brandon's like, do this, even though he didn't actually do it, but he's the authority on how you should work and what your results should be. Hello. Hypocrisy? Hypocrisy! Where are you? Where are you? Exit? Attention shoppers, can hypocrisy come to the front of the grocery store? Can hypocrisy come to the front of the grocery store? Brandon Hayes is here to pick you up. I am not going to be able to keep them up, not mix them up. Oh my god. Ugh. Hypocrisy abounds. You are not wrong. You were so close. I was like, I'm going to do a great job streaming today, and my mouth was like, no, you're not. I am having a great time. Y'all are the best. Mm-hmm. Do I remember how to stream? Not really. I feel like once you get out of the momentum of streaming, my momentum of streaming, I'm like, ugh, what am I doing?
You're aiming for Ambassador 1K, I would think 2 ranks ahead, right? You're trying to hit Ambassador 500 today. I would think 2 ranks ahead. Aim for that. your subconscious mind will begin to go to work to help you put in the effort to achieve that higher rank. And then even if you miss it by a fraction, you'll still hit your original goal. Hopefully that makes sense. The point is,
I mean, you do realize that most people don't make any money, lose money, or go into debt in multi-level marketing, right? Or are those just the haters, the people who are awful at the business, or is it a broken compensation model? I'll wait. I would think 2 ranks ahead. Who are you? Nick Ocado? Simply the best, better than all the rest. Yes. I love y'all. Hypocrisy is the greatest luxury. Raise the double standard. Y'all's music references, I love it.
as your next rank is closer than you think. Don't think about hitting Legend 100K today, right? Don't think about hitting the top of the comp plan today. You got to hit Ambassador 1K before you hit a Legend 100K. You got to be able to lead a team of 2 people before you can lead a team of 2,000 people. You got to be faithful when the amounts are small before they're, or they will never be big.
He's mixing spirituality stuff with his business advice. The whole faithful and stewarding and stewardship is a thing, but he's referencing things in the Bible. Not overtly offensive at face value, but I don't like the mixing of things, especially when you weaponize someone's spiritual belief to brainwash them. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Right? You'll never be trusted with large amounts until you can handle the smaller amounts. You got to go through.
Wait, I'm confused. Didn't he just say to think 2 ranks ahead, but now he's saying to focus on the small group where you are right now? Yes, he is not saying it well. What I think he's saying is think really far ahead and do the things to get you really far ahead, and how to do that is focusing on little tiny steps, I guess. No, yeah, it doesn't make sense. This is a soggy word salad bar at a restaurant that is about to be shut down by the health department. Melissa? Yes. Yeah, Mila and Demi and everybody are like, what are you saying, dude? He doesn't listen to what he's saying back. He cannot. He really cannot. You're asking too much logic from him, Andrea. It could be. It's funny that I'm asking too much logic of the founder and president, CEO of a company. That is strange to me. It's truly strange to me. Maybe not strange. I would understand that of Lillian of Bomb Party, and maybe now Brandon Hayes of Life Activated Brands. You don't get to sit in the logic row. Yes, the word salad is already spewed. Yes. That's me as a health inspector in training. I'm deeming this word salad unsafe for human consumption. I love that, Danae. Chelsea, hello, what year is it? Because I just woke up from a long nap. I woke up from a nap the other day, Chelsea, and I didn't know where I was. I was like, what room? Where am I? And I was in my own room. I was so confused.
These phases, and you got to stay focused, but you are closer to your next rank than you actually think.
Should we make a health department graphic that comes up and it says failure for word salad or something, but it looks exactly like a health department slappy piece of paper? You know what I'm saying? I vote yes. Live chat, let me know what you think. Replay crew, you as well, but I also want to do it. I really want to do it.
That's point number 1.
Closed for lettuce wilt.
Point number 2, I've already kind of alluded to, is action is always going to beat overthinking every single time. It's consistent and correct action over an extended period of time that gets us the desired results, right? That gets us close.
You just said action is going to be better than overthinking, but then you said consistent and correct action is going to be the benefit. So if I'm not allowed to overthink and make sure I'm doing the consistent and correct action, then how am I supposed to like be successful? If I'm not allowed to think, I'm just allowed to do, but then you say consistent and correct, where am I supposed to learn that? Oh, from my cult leader? Is that where I'm supposed to learn it from? And then I'm not supposed to think about if the cult leader's actions are ethical? That's not what I said, DeeCee. You're just twisting what I said. You wouldn't know because you don't listen to your stuff back, Brandon. Why did I choose to do this on a Saturday? I don't know. This was the wrong person to react to. Just kidding. The weird thing is, there's a ton of people in life activated brands that are listening to this guy and Melissa Collins and are like, oh my God, here's a pedestal that I will set you upon so that I can follow everything that you're going to say. This is also the company of that super twisty targeting marketing training that we looked at. The Torno lady. That's this company. This company. I will overthink about exactly what is correct action.
Closer to our goals. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? It was built daily. Success, likewise, success does not happen in a day. It happens daily, all right?
I cannot. He has notes, and I'm wondering if his notes are just copied and pasted from the books behind him.
So you have to get in that good
Mr. Sir, I love that. Warning for possible word salad contamination. Attention, patrons. Warning for possible word salad contamination. Warning for possible word salad contamination. May contain manipulation, lies, and false claims. Thank you. I love this. Rachel? Hell yeah. What does that mean? We don't know, Amy. We're not sure. I can't with the Facebook quotes. I just kind of want to put Brandon on one of those super cheesy 1980, 1990 little motivational posters that people had in their offices, but Brandon's face would be on it. Well, I would Photoshop Brandon and Melissa Collins into kind of one of those awkward family relationship pictures from early 2000s and then put the quote next to him. Just every quote he says on this live. That might be the music video for the parody pyramid pop of this one. While we're on the topic of ensalada no bueno, lick and subscribe to the show. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for licking the stream. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. And the MLM people do not. So let's go.
habit of taking consistent action. Don't let the little cares of the world, don't let the little distractions knock you off course. You got to stay focused, right? FOCUS. Follow one course until successful. And you got to take little chunks out of that elephant every single day. You got to take little bites out of that elephant. You got to take little consistent action.
I don't really like to eat elephants, honestly. I'd rather go, I don't know, donate to a elephant, what are they called? An elephant refuge? I'd rather go see and feed an elephant rather than eat it, honestly. Not Fios. Can I just speak for 1 second? FOCUS. Brandon, stop repeating yourself. But if you don't have a submarine, how can you deep dive? Good question. Hang in there, Brandon. I don't know. I need like the best like energy for my ability to speak for the rest of the stream because I have no idea what's going on.
Activities every single day that inch you closer to your goal, because inch by inch is a cinch. Yard by yard is hard, right? And so get in the good habit of taking action every single day. All right. And action is always going to beat overthinking. Don't overthink this, guys. Don't feel like you have to be perfect. Don't get into analysis paralysis, right? That's what I see a lot of people do. They want to analyze everything. They want to know everything about the compensation.
that this is gonna be twisty as hell. I'll tell you a story. When he says, "Oh, you're gonna need to analyze every single part of the compensation plan, and you wanna know everything about everything. You just need to do what I tell you." I'm not gonna speak for everybody who's neurospicy. I'm just gonna speak to myself. Speak from myself. I I'm autistic, and I used to get in trouble with my coach so much for asking questions. "Why can't you just do what I tell you?" I don't know. I'm trying to understand why you're telling me to cut the ball like this for a slice or whatever, and why I'm supposed to only extend my arm this way. I'm not doing it to not do the action. I literally am just trying to understand what you're asking me to do and why I need to do it so that I can fully understand and, like, be fully, like, bought into, learning something new. I keep doing a slice or whatever. Like, do you understand? It's not, and again, I'm not saying, "Oh, you gotta do this so that you can be successful in MLM." I'm saying that his perspective and other coaches' perspectives and other whatever leaders' perspectives, when they are not able to articulate the why behind what they tell us to do, and their answer is, "Oh, just do what I tell you. Why can't you just do what I tell you and be teachable?" I don't know, why can't you be a better teacher and explain why I need to do it? They think, "Oh, well, I'm not trying to convince you." And I'm like, "Well, maybe you should just be able to teach. Maybe you should just be able to teach." Who knows? Who knows? It is not it is very frustrating as a kid to want to understand something and the adult saying, "Just do it. Just do it. I'm not gonna explain it right now. I'll explain it later." They never explain it later, but you don't ever get a definition, or you get in trouble for asking for a definition. It's not fun. It's not fun. Why can't he speak without using a cliche? That's a great question, Mila. Yes, teachers getting annoyed with me not understanding and asking questions are why I never learned to do math. Yep. Oh, God. I just, like, have some compassion. Grow your compassion for other people's world experience, or at least understand, though maybe that there's a range of way people's brains work, and if you're in the teacher, if you're in the leader, if you're in the whatever coach role. Oh, if they are neurodivergent, they may have a different way to learn. Maybe I can adjust how I would teach a neurotypical person and be more inclusive with the idea that autism, ADHD may have some significant differences with needed addendums in how I perform as a teacher, a leader, a coach. I'm gonna stop yelling right now. I guess questions are dangerous for cult leaders. I guess. And questions are dangerous for people who um want to be super controlling. As someone who has ADHD and dyslexia, I 100% agree. I still remember where I first lost the plot with math and could never really get it back. Right at the 7 times tables, which I think was 3rd grade. Oh, I'm sorry. I just kind of want to throw my screen with Brandon out the window.
Plan and how they get paid. They want to know every single ingredient of every single product. They want to know
Yeah, why is that a bad thing? You sell the product, what are the ingredients in it? Oh, by the way, I'm allergic to this ingredient. Why wouldn't I want to know about that? And as somebody who's allergic to an ingredient, I am compassionate towards people's need to know the ingredients if they're allergic to something, or if they just want to know what they're going to put in their body. Oh, you just want to learn the ingredients? You just want to learn too much. You just need to do it, do it, do it. Hello? I forgot this part made me so mad. Okay. Okay. Okay.
everything about the company. Guys, here's the deal. Action is always going to trump overthinking. At the end
Yeah, I like how he's saying overthinking, like, we're not allowed to think either, so we're definitely not allowed to overthink. So you just need to do. Turn your brain off and just do what I say.
Of the day, after everything is said and done, let's be sure more is done than said.
I cannot with him. Oh god. I'm imagining him disciplining his kids and having that conversation, and all that's coming out are these isms from all the books that he's read. I cannot. Or if he has to go to school because maybe there's a disciplinary issue with his kids and he's talking to the principal and then he's using these out of the same books the principal's probably read too. And the principal's like, yeah, okay, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? It's almost like a robot who has been taught how to converse with people, but the input information for the AI model was based off of self-help books, and it can only respond with self-help isms. That's what it feels like. Wendy, hero.
Action wins the day. Action is the key. I would rather see, rather than knowledge on ice, I would rather see ignorance on fire. Right? There are people that know way less than you that know nothing about the comp plan, nothing about the products, nothing about the company, but they're out taking action. They're going to beat you every single time. They're going to get results every single time.
Are they? It's interesting. Yeah, when you have no understanding of the FTC or policies and procedures, and you can do whatever it takes to sign people up, sure, that action's going to beat someone thinking every single time. The whole idea that um, ignorance on fire beats knowledge on ice, or that. Let me gather my thoughts. God dang.
Whereas you're studying and you're trying to make sure everything's perfect, guys, ignorance on fire beats knowledge on ice. All right. So action is always going to beat overthinking every single time. So
This is like too much for Saturday, honestly. Oh god. It's just funny. It's just funny. Don't research how 99% of you will fail, just hustle. This is Cult Tactics 101. Discourage critical thinking, like we said earlier. Also, notice the blame shifting. If your team isn't performing, it's your fault for not leading by example. Never mind the predatory structure. It just keeps us warm and fuzzy at night. Except it doesn't. The feeling I get is sensory issue if I'm touching carpet that has a little bit more fuzzy at the top and I'm touching the carpet and then going like this. Ugh. Not my favorite texture, which is why we wear socks. Why I wear socks. Sorry. Can he explain ignorance on fire, like actually? Yeah, probably not. My thought is somebody has a sledgehammer and they are told to take out some type of structure, like on a construction site, or take out one pillar that needs to be replaced, and they end up taking out every single one with a sledgehammer, but they also take out the one they're supposed to, but they destroy everything else. To me, that's ignorance on fire because they did a lot of damage. They didn't know what they were doing. If they could have stopped and asked some questions, they would have saved a lot of time and money for other people. But Brandon doesn't give a shit about that because if that explanation is used, If that explanation is used, then what he's saying about people not thinking gets flushed down the toilet. Is the action leaving the cult? Yes. Is ignorance a sustainable source of fuel? Good question. Maybe he thinks he's Eldridge Cleaver. Lack of critical thinking is awesome for not having people leave en masse. Yes. He's equating any knowledge as overthinking and encouraging people to just sell without being able to answer customer questions. Even waiters know what's in the nightly specials. I love that, Rachel. I mean, I don't love him doing that, but I love that picture. Okay, I do understand the words he is saying, but the actual message isn't getting through. Same. All of us. Self-help and MLM coaches would be an infinite motion machine if ignorance and bravado was an energy source. Cal, 100%.
So don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. The people who win in this business are the ones who take action, even when they don't feel ready. So reach out to people, prospect, follow up, invite people. The work that you put in today is going to set you up for success in your tomorrow. All right. So point number 2, action is always going to beat overthinking every single time. Point number 3 is this: lead by example. Your prospects are watching. The people that you're telling you're serious about this business and they're thinking about maybe doing it too, they're watching you. They're watching you to see if you're serious. You know, they might tell you, no, I don't want to join that business. Or they might tell you, when they say no, what do I hear? I hear not yet. That's what I hear. Because I know that they're watching and the timing is just not right for them right now.
Can you imagine if this conversation happened in a dating setting? Can you imagine this conversation happening in a situation where someone's saying, no, don't stand that close to me. No, you are not allowed to, whatever, put your hands on me. No, in a, whatever, a work situation. Oh, they just don't want me to put my hands on them right now. It's no means not yet. What? Consent? I don't know. Without context, I hear a pickup artist TikTok. Yes. Carmen and I are like, consent. No means no. I need to get that clip of Sinbad was on, I don't remember what show, and they're talking about consent, and it was a really good talk. No is a complete sentence. And if someone says no, then don't pursue it. I don't like how he uses the word prospects for people instead of prospective customers or clients. Yeah. It kind of detaches to me, Hollyhock, and I think this is the same energy as what you're saying. The talking to prospects or refiling people into the prospect category separates the emotion. At least for me, it separates the emotion from the people that I care about. If I put them in the prospect folder, then maybe my natural inclinations, my natural instincts about respecting them, respecting their boundaries, remembering our the length of our, relationship, and I think about them in a new way so I can behave in a new way to them without the whatever without the rules that we've kind of played by in the past. How someone reacts to your no says a lot about them. Yeah. Healthy or unhealthy, in my opinion. Because they're not people, they're money bags. I think a lot of it's about turning your gut off, turning your brain off. Because even if you turn your critical thinking off, sometimes you have those feelings in your gut like, hey, something's not right. Something doesn't feel right in this situation. And if you're not allowed to think through that, you're also said, hey, you're still operating in your comfort zone. If you just go right outside your comfort zone, that's where the success lies. So then you're supposed to say, oh, that uncomfortable feeling is because I'm playing small, and to play big, I need to work through this uncomfortable feeling so I can win outside of my discomfort. And the discomfort saying, hey, this is unethical. Sometimes. I mean, if you want to ride a roller coaster and you're nervous about it, and you end up riding a safe roller coaster or whatever, that gut-like nervousness isn't the same as, oh, hey, something's unethical here. I get that. But DeeCee Lab will help you with your gut problems. He probably would say that too.
Now, everybody joins me, whether they join me immediately or they join me inevitably in the future, right? And so understand that your prospects are watching. Guess who else is watching? If you've built a little team or you built a little squad, guess who else is watching? Your team is watching. Be the example. You have.
Guess who else is watching? The friends and family that you may have burned your relationships with because of the multi-level marketing. They're watching how you're behaving, and they may or may not have opinions and saying, oh my God, are you going to be okay with who you're becoming as a person? As somebody who remembers who you were before you started this MLM. Those people are also watching. Just as a heads up. Even babies, even monks.
Have to lead by example. See, example is not, the things that we do, our example, that is not the best form of leadership or highest form of leadership. It is the only form of leadership, right? Leaders know the way, show the way, and they what? Go the way. And so leaders go first. We don't say, you go do it. A leader says, let's go do it together, right? Watch me. We show, shadow, delegate. We do the thing. Then we help other people do the things, right? And then before long, they're doing it on their own. But first, we have to go. We have to do it. We have to lead.
You do it then, Brandon. You do it. Why don't you show us how to recruit 10,000 people, and then we can do it. You do it. You do it. When has he done it? When has Melissa done it? Melissa makes a lot of claims. She's never showed us her prospects or who she recruited or what she makes. And she can do it if she shows us an income disclosure. She's never done that. I don't know. It's frustrating listening to him and how he categorizes people. It really is. Melissa showed us how she steals content brazenly. She sure did. She sure did. She also showed us that she couldn't lay out a planner if she... Oh, wait, she did try. She can't lay out a planner. Melissa's the one with the planner. Yeah, if y'all haven't seen that, Julie Joe, one of Julie Joe's subscribers sent her Melissa's planner. That was like $120. The way that the planner was printed, fuckery. The way that the planner was laid out and laid out meaning the text, the boxes, the stroke width, either the lack of full bleed. It was so cheaply printed. The paper itself was not fun to write on. It had this kind of coating that's not fun for any planner to have. The cover was cheap as hell, and the plastic ring binding, that was cheap as hell too. And people were expected to pay $120 for that. Hell no. Anyways, you can go look at I'm like, not being the point. Go look at the video on Julie Joe's channel. It's awful. And that lady who did that, that's the girlfriend of this chicken nugget over here. I obviously have big feelings about it. It's frustrating when you ask a lot of money from someone and you don't give them a product that is worth the money that they paid for it. It's sloppy. The planner weighs more than the International Space Station. Wendy? Yes. Yes, this dude is dating the planner lady, and the planner lady is the marketing person for the company that he runs, that she's in. Yeah, all of the dots are getting connected. We need like a little red string where we connect all the people to all the things. Like a crime board. That's what we need. That's what we need. I think when he says when he hears prospects say no, he hears not yet, and that all of the people who are looking that all of the people after they've said no are watching you. A little creepy, but also, um, to me, this feels like classic MLM gaslighting 101. If your friends say no, it's definitely just them waiting to see you fail harder before joining. Note, I don't know, note how he reframes rejection as temporary, which is a cult tactic, in my opinion, to prevent critical thinking. This is not my pro tip. This is just my running my mouth on the internet tip. Real businesses don't, I don't know, categorize no as a spiritual test. Real businesses do not. Cults do, in my opinion. He does because he's a cult leader, in my opinion. A high control group leader. Someone telling you not to critically think, someone telling you to do actions without making sure that you're okay with those actions falls into the high control group category, in my opinion. Melissa was going to have a planner sent out each month. I'm trying to read the comments. Let me just move this over a little bit. Sorry. All right, we're good to go. Now I don't have to lean. I set up my camera differently, and I'm trying to move my monitor, but it's not great. The paper was cheap. The covers were lightly laminated card. There was nothing useful. Yeah, she didn't even use 120-pound paper to be laminated. Even she could have done a better lamination with a thicker cover, and she did it to save cost. You can tell when something, like when the corners were cut in a way to save money, and it makes the product look like shit. There are ways to cut corners and still give the customer a good product. Did Melissa do that? No. You can make something look full bleed, which is more expensive to print, or you could do a full bleed color, first inside first page or whatever. She didn't do any of that. She did awful printing on awful paper. That's not even fun to write on, and that's the whole fun part of having an in-person planner. The enjoyment of how the ink goes on the paper, at least for me. Writing on shiny or like thin-ass paper, not fun. She wanted to add more pages to the planner, but the printer company said no. I mean, at least they had some values. Like, at least they put their foot down at some point. And again, a printing company is not responsible for your shitty product. They're going to print it as it comes to them. And if they're doing a more expensive job, you're going to basically, if you're doing a big job where you have to approve the color, how it's printing out, because the printer will adjust based off of how their machine's outputting what file you sent. And so if you have a big project, like let's say an annual report, or something more complicated like I'm trying to think of like more businessy stuff. Something where there's a lot of color, like a lot of color pages in there. Sometimes you're going to sleep at the printers the whole night because they're going to be coming in for tests for you to approve, and then they're going to print that whole section out. Then they're going to do the next one, then you're going to approve it, then they're going to make adjustment, then they're going to print it again until they get it right, and then they're going to print that whole section. I don't know what Melissa did. I'm guessing she went to a printer, but the product was awful. She did not even do the monthly Facebook support meeting she sold. I'm not going to say scam artist, but unethical. Selfish as hell. And if someone's going to pay for support and you don't give it to them, I would say, unethical. It's scammy. If someone would have known that you're gonna pull the rug out from them and not give them what you're gonna buy, that's fuckery. That's twisty. Come on. Hi, Sam. Hi, Igor. I doubt she ordered a proof to check out in person. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like she might have. Maybe I'm lying about this. She might have done this through an online deal. There's also some printers where you upload, like, they will ship it out for you too. That might have been how this is. I don't really know. God. If she did it through Vistaprint, I don't see how she could have. Maybe she did. Vistaprint can give you better stuff, but I don't even know it. I don't even know. I obviously we've taken 10 minutes to talk about an awful planner that we're not even looking at on the screen. Oh my god. Do. Brandon. Sorry, the mowers are here. If you can hear the mowers in my mic, I'm so sorry, because I definitely can. I'm like, when you have a test to study for, and you're not studying and you're procrastinating. That's how I feel pushing the play button right now with Brandon. Oh, God.
We have to lead by example. So if you're already over the rank of Ambassador 1K, here's what I want you to do. I want you to push for the next rank. You say, Brandon, I'm sitting at 2K or 4K. I want you to push for the next rank. Don't put, it's pedal to the metal time. Why? Because we're leading by example. We're taking action. We're not overthinking. Why? Because we are closer to our next rank than we think. So if you're at Ambassador 1K already, I want you to, or beyond, I want you to shoot for the next rank.
How vague. You're closer to the next rank than you think. Well, how close am I? Because here's the question. When you're running, let's say you're running a marathon. I run a marathon. I run half marathons. Yes, you can run with water. I'm not coordinated enough to do that. They will give you drinks. They will give you water at every mile or every mile and a half. Let's say you're very dehydrated for some reason because you didn't hydrate, whatever. And they say, oh, you're closer to the next water stop than you think you are. Well, if I'm a mile and a half away, I'm going to expect to be really close. And you telling me I'm a mile and a half away when I think, oh, well, I'm closer than I think I am, that it's going to be a quarter of a mile away. That's a pretty big difference, especially if you're 20 miles in. That's going to really mess up your mindset. I'm drinking awful root beer right now. This is my Frost Buddy. It's my favorite. Well, this one's my favorite one. But just keep recruiting. Just keep recruiting. I went to do that in the Dory from Nemo, but that's not how it came out. Yes, I prefer a Camelback pack over open cup. When walking? Yeah, when walking for sure. Unfortunately, me enjoying water is not enjoyable, and then tasting water from plastic is not. I don't know if it's my mindset. I just reduce the sensory stuff.
That's what we're doing the rest of this month.
If JJ sent me the planner, that would be fun.
All right. Your team will mirror your energy, right? And so
your team will mirror your energy. So if nobody in lab is winning, is that because they're mirroring Brandon's energy? Oh, is Brandon exempt from the energy exchange? What? Thank you for looking the stream. We're at 55, my favorite odd number. Also, if you're new here, I don't love odd numbers, but 5 is our favorite odd number. 606 is my favorite number. Just like Jessie Lee Ward and her Huns in Colombia, every time they ask how long, they were told we are almost there. Perfect, perfect, perfect example. If y'all missed the Colombia fiasco, you can watch it on my channel. You can watch it on Aaron Bees' channel. I don't know who else. Danielle Ryan covered it. I like covering things in their entirety. So my stuff may be too long, so that there's shorter reviews out there. Here's the TLDR. Jessie Lee took a group of her leaders to Colombia. She had them do things like walk barefoot in downtown, where were they? At night, to do trust exercises, which I think was super dangerous. One of the people on their team has diabetes and cuts or wounds to the bottoms of their feet, which they may have like less feeling in, or just in general, like not a safe move, okay? Then the next day, Jessie Lee's telling them, the next day she's telling them, hey, we're going to go on a hike tomorrow. And one of the people was on their cycle, and she asked, oh, well, how many tampons am I going to need? And is this many going to be enough? And Jessie Lee said that person was the smartest one because she didn't tell anybody how long they were going to be walking. It was an 18-hour hike. They slept on the beach overnight. Nobody had enough water. Nobody had enough supplies because Jessie Lee, on purpose, did this as a mental exercise. If the leader knows what their team needs, they're going to prep their team so that their team can perform to the best of their ability instead of tricking them and then asking their team to fill the holes of the trust that the leader blew and hope that the team still decides to work for the leader after that. Yeah, so much happened post-Columbia that I almost forgot the wildness of that scandal. Yeah. The issue wasn't her feet. A person with type 1 needs to know the duration of activity, type of activity. Okay. That's good to know. I thought that part of it though for that specific exercise, the walking downtown, was an issue or no. To know how to properly dose or adjust any insulin. Lady Mitersaw, did you see also the video after Columbia that the lady who has diabetes claimed that she didn't have diabetes anymore after Columbia? Feet could be an issue, but not likely. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you, Lady Mitersaw. That's wild, right? Field trip. Oh, God. Live chat, that's why y'all are the best. Oh, yeah, Alizara. I think Aaron covered it. I just don't... There was so much that happened the year after Columbia. Columbia happened, and then very soon after, Jessie Lee got diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. And she was experiencing really bad side effects of her cancer on that Columbia trip. It was awful. The diabetic stuff made me rage. Yeah, Clocka. I thought type 1 can't go away. I don't think type 1 can go away. From what I understand. The police stopped them at least once to ask where their shoes were. Yep. Can you imagine? I don't know. I feel that feels disrespectful to me to go to somebody. To go anywhere and say, I'm going to make stupid decisions, and then I'm going to expect the city, the state, the country to bear the burden of my foolish choices that could have been avoided and have some type of ego or expectation that they're required to do that. That just seems It seems rude to me. Type 1 cannot go away, unfortunately. Type 1 can be managed, but is permanent. Even without having type 2 diabetes, I've had bad feet all my life and would never spend more than 30 minutes on a hike or walk. The pain would be off the charts. You can't get rid of type 2 either. However, it can be managed with medications or lifestyle. Yeah. I manage my type 1 very well, but man, it's a 24/7 battle. I learned so much from y'all. Thank you. They screamed on that poor woman after she showed a chocolate bar. Yep. All right, let's go. Mother. I needed to set my buttons up differently, and I didn't.
They're watching. They're paying attention. Typically, my experience has been this. Your team will do about 50% of everything that you do right? So if you're taking action, you have good energy, you're out prospecting, you're out recruiting, your team's going to do about 50% of your level of activity. So how much do you want your team to do? Well, you got to understand they're only going to do about 50% of everything you do right. Okay. And they're also going to do about, in my experience, they're going to do about 100% of everything you do wrong.
His disgust and contempt for the people who aren't successful seems to be coming through here, but that's just me. I don't know if I'm picking up on something that's not there. He's like, they're going to do 50% of what you do right, and they're going to do 100% of what you do wrong. That's not how he said it, but that's how I heard it.
So if you take one day off, guess what? They're going to take a day off. If you take a week off, they're going to take a week off, right? And so just understand, if you want your team, if you have a team, and some of you are like, I don't even have a team yet, go recruit a team. But if you already have a team and you're like, man, I wish my team would do something.
Brandon, can I just remind you that everybody who signs up into your multi-level marketing company, that they are an independent contractor and they don't have any loyalty to doing anything for another person. They came in by themselves. They're literally doing business. They came in by themselves. They're doing business for themselves. They're in a structure where their independent contractor number is tied to somebody above them. That's it. They don't owe their leader a damn thing. Oh my God. I for the Columbia thing, I know I'm just to not let your team have enough water when you knew the walk was going to be 18 hours. The hike was going to be 18 hours. I know. Jesse Lee's passed away. That is still, to me, that action's still disgusting. Sorry. Back on track. Oh, it's interesting. He's the leader, so if people in his business aren't doing, they're doing 100% of things that Brandon and Melissa are doing wrong, then they're only doing 50% of things that Brandon and Melissa are doing right. But he is not in that formula, apparently. Clothes too, not enough dry clothes. Yep. You know how awful it is when you are walking in sweaty socks, and if your shoes rub at all, the salt creates awful blisters. I mean, the rubbing and the water creates blisters for sure, but when you add the salt in there from your sweat, it's like, ugh. Hey, Rule! We're talking about Brandon Hayes, and we're also going on squirrel trails. I'd apologize, but it's on brand for me.
Ask yourself, what am I doing? Because they're watching you. They're paying attention. Example is the only form of leadership. It's the only form of leadership that matters. And so they're looking to you and they're seeing what you're doing and they're saying, well, that must be what I should be doing. Right. And so a sobering question that I have asked myself many times in my career is this. And maybe you should ask yourself this question. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself this question. If my team did everything that I did today, how big would my paycheck be? And that was a sobering question for me sometimes.
It's a sobering question, but it's also selfish as hell. I'm going to do things so that my team will make me more money. I am not saying that looking to make your business be profitable is a bad thing. I'm not saying that looking at how your actions impact your sales force is a bad thing. Sorry. I know there's problems with capitalism. I know there's problems with economic systems. I get that. Setting that aside, if you own a business and you are feeding your family with your business, it needs to be profitable so that you can pay your employees and that you can pay yourself and manage to get a product to the customers that the customers want. The way that it is in MLM, the way that Brandon is describing his understanding is that, wow, I have the ability to do things and my team is going to mirror my actions 100%, and to be able to grow my paycheck, I'm going to have to model behavior that I want them to do in a way to, I guess, to control them. I don't know. I don't know how to reiterate. I don't know how to describe the confusion, the frustration that I'm feeling. I walked away, grabbed an ice cream sandwich, refilled my water bottle, and he still hasn't explained a single thing. He said, if my team did everything I did today, how big would my paycheck be? Okay. Maybe I'm feeling like he's saying, I'm guilt tripping you into grinding 24/7 so I profit from your labor. That's fun. Fun math. If your team mirrors 50% of your activity, but 100% of your mistakes, his words, not mine, failure is mathematically inevitable. FTC data shows that 99% lose money, but sure, it's your fault for napping. Okay. It's just Brandon's logic does not logic. It doesn't logic all the way through. How can it? He's piecing it together with words from self-help books. I'm having dirty audio and I don't know why. Maybe it's my cord. Who knows? How would you respect... I respected my leaders, I guess, when I was in. I'm out, so obviously my bias is different. I don't feel like I would be able to listen to his trainings and say, wow, stellar. That's helpful. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Oh, boy. Yes, he is diaper division loser. That's what he said, not me. Sorry. Where is it? Diaper division.
Negative, dull, disillusioned, thumb-sucking, whiny, crybaby, diaper division loser.
Julie Joe has a longer clip of that. I just have that one because we watch a Brandon Hayes enough to play that. God.
Sometimes I was like, man, I'm on fire. I have good energy. I'm out adding new customers. I'm out recruiting new IBOs. And so I felt good about it. I was like, man, yeah, my team, if everybody on my team did what I did today, we would be crushing it. My paycheck would be huge. But then on other days, it was a sobering answer, right? I was like, man, I didn't really do much today, and I need to step my game up tomorrow. Either way, ask yourself this question: if my team did everything that I did today, how big would my paycheck be? So if you're close to, if you're not quite there at Ambassador 1K, I want you to shoot for it. I want you to aim high. Some of you are thinking, man, that's a big goal. Good. You need big goals. You need to aim high. Like Michelangelo said, the greater danger is not that we aim too high and we miss our goals, but that we aim too low and we hit them. If you knew what you were capable of, it would scare you, right? You are powerful.
He never takes into account that the compensation model's broken. Did Michelangelo really say that? I know, I'm like, do I have to... Did Michelangelo? I'm going to ask Perplexity, because it's going to give me my sources. Did Michelangelo... I'm trying to find it. Please hold. Say... I just want the like the sources, so I'm just looking on Perplexity. Like it's like ChatGPT, but it gives us sources, so. Michelangelo did not originate the quote about falling amongst the stars, but he is credited with a related concept about aiming high. His famous warning about goals states, "The greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark." Okay, that is more like what Brandon was saying. This emphasizes the risk of complacency and settling for mediocrity rather than striving ambitiously. Les Brown popularized the saying, "Shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars." Goethe, Goethe, and others also echoed similar themes about upward striving. If people knew how, this is from Michelangelo, if people knew how hard I worked to get my mastery, it wouldn't seem so wonderful at all. Underscoring relentless practice over innate genius. So, I think we just learned more from Perplexity than we're ever going to learn from Brandon in his whole, every single video that we're ever going to watch of him. He knows that he is out loud admitting this pyramid scheme actions. You know, maybe. And yes, you shouldn't be going 100% all the time. What about work-life balance? You're wondering why people quit? 1, broken compensation model. 2, nobody is providing an example of balance, of moderation, of giving a shit about your family or your own mental health. So that makes sense. I love chicken nuggets. All right.
God's highest form of creation. There are seeds of greatness in you, but you've got to cultivate the seeds. And so I want you to aim, if you're not at Ambassador 1K, I want you to aim high. I want you to set your sights on Ambassador 1K. And I want you to take incremental daily actions towards that goal every single day. So your breakthrough is coming. Believe me. Okay. And if you don't believe me, if you don't believe in you, just know I believe in you. And if you're struggling to believe, just borrow my belief, because I believe in you.
No, he does not. He does not. He does not believe in you. He believes in you purchasing volume so that he can get more money. In my opinion. He could say he believes differently. I'm looking at his behavior. I'm looking at consistent multi-level marketing, high control group leaders and their behavior to keep their team motivated, to keep them love bombed so that they stay in longer. Hollow platitudes. Yes. I love that you're working on healing Alizara, that's awesome. If everyone is supposed to aim for a rank higher, why is he focused on Ambassador 1K? Because I think the numbers show that if you get past Ambassador 1K or even in other MLMs, if you get past that first rank or that first and second rank, you stay in longer because you actually see success and payouts, air quotes, from the company. And so he is either wanting to boost their cash coming in from people buying their way to a rank or recruiting more people in across the board, or he's trying to keep people in by helping them be successful sooner rather than later. It could be both. I don't know if it's necessarily a cash grab, but we would have to hear it from them to know exactly what they're thinking. I don't know. I need a little wee oo for Brandon, for all the Brandon stuff. He I don't know. You're God's highest creation and borrow my belief. He's obviously not being offensive when he's saying that he believes humans are God's highest creation. He's using it as a manipulation, not as an insult to people who don't believe. He is coming at this from a positive, and he is using that to love bomb people. And if they don't believe that about themselves, or they have low self-esteem, to borrow his belief so that they feel like they're worth something, even if their only place they're hearing it is in a multi-level marketing business, and they stay in longer. But again, religious manipulation. Sorry, I'm having some health issues, so I'm not like focusing the best. I think by framing MLM participation as divine destiny, and that happened when I was in Young Living, he pathologizes doubt. He said, borrow my belief, and that equals, I'm not going to say fuckery, but surrendering critical thought in the process. Just a reminder from me, take it with a grain of salt. Uh, the Vatican didn't endorse overpriced supplements or recruiting your Aunt Karen. That is obviously a more sometimes when I say stuff, I'm like, oh, that's too in the religious space. I feel like I got caught there with Brandon. A lot of people here believe in keeping things separate because we see the fuckery that happens when you blur the lines. Ask questions. What, and Hannah says look at the source, remember the motive. He's trying to get people to buy volume so he can increase his bottom line. He's looking for money. He's going to say whatever he needs to, in my opinion, to keep people in his company buying shit from him. Shit's my term. He doesn't sell shit. Mm-hmm. I'm just breathing through some champagne.
Because you're God's highest form of creation. So if you're not close yet, here's what I want you to do. Start fresh today. Today is a new day. Start fresh today, not tomorrow, today. Today is the day, right? And tomorrow never comes.
I know what he's saying, but I don't know what he's saying. I mean, in 24 hours, tomorrow does come. So I don't understand. Maybe not 24 hours even. You could be at 11 p.m. and then you get to 1 a.m. and it's tomorrow. But he's saying if you're thinking about tomorrow, you never get to tomorrow, I guess. I don't know.
So today, I want you to start fresh. I want you to get a fresh list. I want you to start thinking about, who am I going to be reaching out to? I want you to think about the people that have engaged with you on social media. I want you to think about the people that you've spoken to in the last 3 or 4 days via text or over the phone. And I want you to think about making a list of these people, reaching out to them, asking them to take a look at your products or your business or both, asking them to take a look, and then following up with them and asking them to join or asking them to buy. Start fresh today. If you're not close to Ambassador 1K, you could start right this moment. You could be there within the next 24 to 48 hours. And some of you think, that sounds crazy. There's no way I could do that. Absolutely, you could. You could do it. Here's the thing. We do what we want to do. Ultimately, you have to decide that you're going to do it and that you're willing to take the action and make the sacrifices to make it happen. And then if you are, then go take action on it, and you will surprise yourself what you are capable of. All right. So if you're not close yet, start fresh today.
Brandon Hayes on a James Bond poster, and instead of Tomorrow Never Dies, we have Tomorrow Never Comes, an anti-MLM horror story, or whatever it is. Oh my god, I would have to do so much Photoshop. Just his face, though. I need to get the right angle of his face. Unless we find James Bond with a front-facing person. Natasha, hero! And if they don't buy from you, drop them because they're not your friends. They're just broke haters. Yep. Everyone's a friend, and they get love bombed until that friend decides, this isn't for us. And then it's like, oh, well, I can't be around haters because osmosis. You could have a whole Pinterest board with Brandon Hayes, and it would be wild. I think that's also faith manipulating. I think he was trying to say tomorrow isn't promised. Oh, Mila. That's a great point. That's a great point.
Every single leader started at 0. All these leaders you see in our company, they all started the same as you. They started at 0.
You lying liar. Oh, no name calling. What a lying liar. What a lying liar thing to say. Attention shoppers, can all the bridge contracts come to the front of the grocery store? Can all of the bridge contracts come to the front of the grocery store? Brandon Hayes is here to pick you up. I'm wondering if he started at 0 in every company that he's been a part of. I wonder if in lab, every single person started at the bottom, or if some people got bridge contracts. Dude, don't lie to us. Don't lie to us. How can you say this with a straight face? Oh, we never give out bridge contracts. Okay. Obviously, I'd have to see how your business runs. That would surprise me if you didn't do bridge contracts. That would surprise me if Brandon Hayes didn't do bridge contracts. It surely would. It surely would.
They weren't at Ambassador 1K. They had to get there, right? And that took time and effort.
Oh, what if they brought their entire downline over? Did it take them time and effort? Everybody who is listening to this, who's a rep, who either came over with a big team, is listening this, doing what I'm saying and questioning, but they're not allowed to question. Oh, did my leader have to start from 0? No, they did not. Either bridge contract or they brought over 1,000 people with them in their downline. So they didn't all start from 0. Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining. Yep.
To consistent daily activity, right? Just like it's going to take for you. No one's special here.
I'm like, we're not going to name call. We're not going to name call. We're not going to name call. Except maybe, let's see if this one works. Where is Hook? They're
You
all
are a fart factory.
we can only if we can do it through movies, but hold on. Paramecium brain isn't working. Hold on. What's a paramecium brain? I'll tell you what that is. That's a paramecium brain. Hold on. No.
What's a paramecium brain?
I'll tell you what a paramecium is. That's a paramecium. It's a one-cell critter with no brain that can't fly. Don't mess with me, man. I'm a lawyer.
I don't know why that's not working, but here we go.
Every big shot in our company is just a little shot that kept on shooting, okay? And that's you. You're
How does he say this with a straight face?
no different than them. The ambassador 20Ks and 50Ks and legend 100Ks that you see in our company, you're no different than them. The only difference in them is their decisions, their choices that they have made. And you can make those same choices. You can make those same decisions.
The choice to bring their entire downline over to a new company? Is that the decision that we're talking about? When everybody was fleeing Q Sciences like cockroaches and they were going to whoever they could go to get in and then bring their whole team underneath them? Is that what we're talking about? Oh, that's not what you meant. Sorry. My bad.
You can decide.
Hello. How do I pronounce your name, lass? And calling someone a liar isn't name calling. Oh, good point, Amy. That is a very good point. He is lying. He's a liar.
That you're going to start fresh today. Even if you're nowhere close to Ambassador 1K, you can make the decision that you're going to do that, okay? So I want you to go all in. If you're willing to go all in, drop a fire emoji down in the comments. Whether you're watching this live or on replay, do me a favor, drop a...
Oh, no, you're good. You don't need to change your name. Which name do you prefer? I will remember in the future. It's Let's Walk. Ah, okay. What name would you like to be addressed by?
Fire emoji. All right, so
Alizara said, "This gives you're not disabled. You chose this on your own." It does give that same energy.
Let's make it happen this
The dead eyes, yeah.
week, guys. Let's finish this week out strong. I believe in you. I want to see you succeed. I want to see all your dreams come true. I want this company to be a vehicle that helps you get from where you are to where you want to go.
It's certainly a vehicle for your bank account, Brandon. Mary Kay says this too. It's not makeup, it's a vehicle.
And I believe that's possible. And again,
yes, numpty chicken nugget are allowed on the channel.
If you don't believe that yet, borrow my belief. I know it's possible. I've seen it. I've lived it. And you can too, okay? I want to...
Yeah, all 0.4% of you can live it too. 99.6% of people lose money. And if you're going to say, oh, well, that statistic was from 2011. Okay, well, over 97% of people don't make any money, lose money, or go into debt in multi-level marketing. Franziska? Is Franziska close? Or no? I'm bad at pronunciation. I'll remember, but I just want to get close.
Remind everybody today, here's a tool, here's an opportunity for you to use.
Helen! Hello! Okay.
Today, Brandon Stevens, our Vice President of Sales, is going to be doing a Facebook Live at somewhere between 3 and 3:30 p.m. Central Time. So I want you to keep an eye out for that. He's going to be doing that inside of our info group, the group that's for our, not this group, the group that's for our customers, our prospects, and the people on our lead forms, okay? So I want you to look out for that Facebook Live. Be thinking, who can I tag? When Brandon Stevens, our Vice President of Sales, when he goes live to talk about our men's vitality product inside that group, be thinking, do I have any leads that want to know more about men's vitality? Or who could I tag when he goes live? You got to
oh yeah, they're targeting dudes right now. Forgot.
show up to blow up in this business, guys.
Hi, Av.
If you want, look, you gotta use the tools. Let Brandon Stevens do the heavy lifting for you so that you don't have to do the selling and recruiting and all that. Let him do it for you. This is show business. You just get people to the show. Brandon is going to help people decide if they want to do business. Mr. Stevens is the best at talking about men's vitality. It was his brainchild, right? And so he's going to be talking about that inside our info group. I want to make sure everybody's aware of that. Put that on your calendar somewhere around. He's going to be going live 3.
Brandon 1. Oh my god. You know thing 1 and thing 2 from Dr. Seuss? I just want to do, I'm like, oh, I'm looking at all these successful thumbnails and stuff, and I just want to do movie references. That's all I want to do for Brandon and Brandon.
3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you have notifications turned on for Brandon Stevens and also for that group, that info group, so you don't miss anything, okay? So when he goes live, tag your prospects, tag your leads, tag your customers. Make sure that they're aware and that they get the notification.
Fun fact, hook reference, I'm over 100 days sober. Let's go! And just found out that Robin Williams used to attend the same 12-step group I'm in. It's a very old one in my city. Amelia! Congratulations! Should we do Dora? I say Dora.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Yay! Always team up. We did it! Yay! Woo! Hooray! We did it!
That is a huge milestone. Congratulations. Ov, I'm glad you got your power back on. It went off the minute you woke up. That's so rude. Congratulations. And all of our sober buddies in the chat, job well done. Keep going. Clock of 4.5 years. Let's go. I love that. We are almost done with this video. Like 30, maybe a minute left.
Too that he's going live. You got to tag your people, okay? I'll see you on that Facebook Live. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Guys, let's go win this day. Let's win this week. Let's win this month. This is March Madness, baby. It's time to go to the next level. And if you're going to the next level, drop a fire emoji down in the comments for me. I'll see you at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for Mr. Brandon Stevens, our Vice President of Sales, going over men's vitality in our info group. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll see you real soon. Thanks so much. God bless.
Oh my god. Also, I'm just ruining my, I gotta figure this out. I will figure it out. I gotta move my mic arm. That's okay. 6 years sober. 23 years? Oh my god, that's amazing. Y'all, sound off in the chat if you wanna let us know. That's so cool. I must have missed some. Holy shit, y'all are amazing. Job well done. What do we think? Do we hate it? We love it? Except I hate it. I hate what we heard from Brandon. The y'all telling us how many years you've been sober, how many days you've been sober. That's the best part of the stream. Can I go like this? Like, how do I fix this? Love to all the sober friends in the chat. I love that so much. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not happy to not be drinking. Best decision ever. That's amazing, Clocka. Hi, Chrissy. All right. Since we are bragging about achievements, I have to say I haven't had a cigarette in 2 months. Alexis, let's fucking go. That's amazing. Y'all, sound off for all the wins if you want. We forgot to, I keep forgetting to do our wins and losses at the beginning of the stream. If y'all want to post a high and a low, let's see. A high, getting to stream with the live chat. A low, chronic pain is chronic paining today. A way I'm going to show myself compassion, resting, reading a book, being okay with limitations today. What's up, Rhinoceros? Oh my god, tell me. I knew it! I knew it! I hope that's the case. I'm happy for you either way. Also, the fact that Baby Snark #1 came into being while I had a channel, and Baby Snark #2, potentially, all the Baby Snarks in the chat, but I'm also very excited. Yay, congratulations. Kristen, hi. Morning run went well. Low, I tripped at the grocery store. I hate when that happens. Hi, got a new job. Becca, let's go. Low, farmer's market was a bust today for Pizzoli ingredients. Oh, that sucks. Alexis, I'm so excited for you. Baby Snarks. Let's see. And I missed some highs and lows. Cal, low, I've been getting flashbacks from my childhood. Oh no. Hi, I have been writing Rim World mods for my own game. I love that. Low, power was out. High, power came back on. In time for me to take a shower before work. Let's go. Y'all, I love this. I love it, love it, love it. Kate, hi, I have candy. Low, spoons are low. I love that you have the candy. I have sour gummy bears that I may eat depending on how my stomach feels. We love fresh members. The highlight I crochet teddy bears. Nedpun still hurts my arm. I'm sorry. Hi, spending time with my 87-year-old parents. Low aging parents. I'm glad you get time to spend with them. I know it's bittersweet. The aging process is very seeing people you love age is painful. You're glad that you've gotten to have so much, that you've been able to have so much time with them, and then it's also, you realize that you have a limited amount of time with them going forward. Sarah, hi, getting to sit and hand sew in peace. Love that. Low, my youngest was unhinged today. It was rough. I'm so sorry, Sarah. Coconuts, hi, I only have annotations left to do for my last 2 finals of the quarter. Low, it keeps raining on and off. I would like some sunshine. Coconuts, good luck with your annotations. If I could change the weather for you, I would. Maybe I'll send some of the sunshine to you, and you could send the rain here. I may just turn on my thunderstorm sound in my room. Hi, got my nails done this morning, and I love them. Low, tax returns all day. Red Raider, go with the tax spaghetti monsters. Hi, learning to listen to my body. Low, body said no to yoga, so I stayed home. I'm so glad you showed yourself compassion. That's amazing. Hi, I have 2 cats that love me. Rosie, I love that. Oh no, low fibromyalgia flare. That sucks. Sarah said, had a thunderstorm today in London. Send me one. Coconut said, deal. I'll go outside and yell at the rain to go down to you. I will take it. I will hit the window and tell the sun to go to you. Sam, I hope your health improves. Yes, Cal said, Sam, I hope your health finally improves for the better. Agree. Hi, I rearranged all my plants. Low, my dog wouldn't stop barking at 8:30 a.m. Ugh, rip. All right, everybody, don't forget to show yourself some compassion. Hydrate. Take your meds. Don't forget that eating is good for your mental health. So don't forget to make sure that you get some nutrition in today. God, what's the wrap up? I don't know. I'm like, we're just gonna end the stream. Oh God. Where's my outro? We don't even know. Where's my outro? What am I gonna say? Nothing. The wrap up is Brandon is still being Brandon. He's hypocritical in his advice. He's saying that people are going to follow the energy that you give out, and Brandon's not even looking in the mirror to see what energy he's giving out to the people in his company. So, we will continue to highlight the hypocrisy of MLM leaders and the fluffery going on with all the MLM stuff. If you want to send me content to react to, you're more than welcome to. And by more than welcome to, I would love for you to do that. And I will keep searching for things that are going on in the world of MLM to say fuckery is afoot. We did it. We did it. I'm DeeCee. Thank you for watching, and remember, we do not drink the Kool-Aid here. We analyze the ingredients. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Please help the disclaimer work. Please hold. I have no idea why there's no audio. Let's try this again. I was so close. There's so many technical difficulties this stream. That's okay. That's okay. We'll try again next time. Oh god. That's okay. It's on brand. Is this gonna work now?